you have to work, because if you don't work, you are going to lose your freaking job. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Ceejay. If you are not new, hey babes, welcome back. So this video, I thought I should come in here and talk about like the myths of remote jobs. Since the pandemic, I noticed that most people have been opting for remote jobs, and I feel like people think remote jobs is easier or is better or something like that. You know, you'll be scrolling through Instagram and then you see people saying, oh, I want a remote job. Oh no, if it's not remote, I'm not doing. And I'm like, really? Remote jobs are that easy? And I feel like it's kind of like a misconception. I'm not saying, I'm not going to say what I want to say until the end of the video, then you can decide. But I feel like since I've been on both sides of the coin, I thought I should come in here and share my thoughts on 9-to-5 jobs and remote jobs. Okay, so before we go into that, I really want to use my platform to talk about this. Just like give me 5 seconds. I know I'm really not well informed when it comes to politics, and you know, the state of Nigeria right now, it's kind of depressing. It's not even kind of depressing, it's very, very depressing. And a lot of people are saying, you know, get your PVC, and some people are of the opinion that PVC, you know, it doesn't matter, your vote doesn't count. And honestly, I get where you're coming from. I get it, because you're in a country where you literally vote for someone and another person is announced. I mean, it happens. So I get it, it doesn't make any sense, but I still think that just to be, I wouldn't even say be on the safe side, but like to do the right thing. And then you know, just a few days ago, a lot of people were posting Jesus on their status, and it was really amazing to see. And I think that while we are asking God to help us, while we're interceding and praying and asking for God's intervention in this country, I really think that it is important that we exercise our rights to vote. We don't just pray and do nothing, you know. So I am going to be using like the next videos, like from now till, you know, when an election is done, I'm going to try to remind you guys to get your PVC and try as much as possible to exercise your right to vote. I honestly, as of the time making this video, I haven't like gotten my PVC. I'm just like in the registration process. I haven't even gone to the physical place, but if you're watching my vlogs, I will definitely bring you along, and I'm just trying to encourage you to do the same. Hopefully things will be better in this country. Okay, so back to the reason why you're watching this video. First of all, I have to tell you guys what I do for a living. I am a content creator. I'm a presenter, content creator, and a coach. So what I do basically is create content for brands and individuals. I actually manage social media pages for people and also companies. I go through the creative process of making content for whether it's a brand or whether it's a you know, an individual. So that is what I do, and that job, you know, gives me the luxury of doing it remotely. I don't really have to be somewhere physically to make it happen, because I can go and make, you know, create content at, you know, certain times, certain days, and the rest of the time I'm working from home. Now, another thing I also do is I also coach kids. I coach kids on creating content. You know, right now you can't deny the power of social media, and a lot of kids are trying to get on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So basically what I do is trying to help kids brand themselves properly on social media. You know, there's nothing like personal branding, and just as I'm branding myself, I feel like, due to my job, I invest more time in other people than I invest in myself. But if you've been following me for the longest of time, you know I'm a presenter and a content creator. So basically I teach every skill I have to kids, and the best time for a person to learn you know, is in that growing stage, and the possibilities of what a person can do when they start as a child is limitless. So basically that is like the canopy of everything I do. That is minus like filming content for myself, YouTubing, podcasting, and yeah, I work from home, right? And before then I did a lot of 9 to 5. I used to work as an accountant. I used to work as a customer care rep. I used to work as a presenter for companies. That was when I was in Lagos. If you don't know, I currently reside in Abuja. But while I was in Lagos, I did a lot of 9 to 5, and 9 to 5 in Lagos is okay. So yeah, I did a lot of 9 to 5, and it was great. Honestly speaking, it was good. I think the only problem I did have with 9 to 5 in Lagos was the traffic. So even if you're closing by 5, you're technically getting home 9:10. So your day is gone. Let me start with the remote job I do currently and talk about like the pros and the cons of it. Then we'll talk about 9 to 5. Number one is that remote jobs, as you already know, gives you like the luxury of doing things from the comfort of your house. Nobody's stressing you. You can wear your pajamas and you're working, and if you don't want to brush your teeth, that's fine. If you don't want to eat, that's fine. Nobody cares. You can look how you want. You can design your office setup how you want. That is, of course, if you have an office setup. So yeah, it gives you the luxury of working from your house. Another thing I would say about remote jobs is that it also gives you a little bit of flexibility, which is like if you're working a 9 to 5, basically during those hours you actually have to be in a particular company or office. So you cannot just leave there and start going to Yabasira's place to go and buy rice, except maybe during your lunch break. But for a remote job, you can actually do other things while you are working. What I mean is, for example, you want to cook ogbono soup, and you actually have some emails to send out. Now if you are, I don't know, really good at multitasking, you can be doing what you're doing and still be cooking your ogbono soup, and it works, so it gives you that flexibility to play with your time. The thing about remote jobs is, depending on the type of remote job you're doing, it also allows you to do other things. For someone like me who is in content creation and social media management and coaching and everything I do, I can take as much jobs as I can handle. Does that make sense? I think so. Right now I manage 6. Let's say I work with 6 companies right now, and what that means is that you can take more jobs, which means more income. That is for me that does content creation. Some people work for companies or firms that allow them to work remotely, and let's say you're working in like a tech firm, or I don't know, there are different firms that actually allow their staffs to work remotely, but it's remote, but it's not remote because you don't even have time, especially if you're working like in the customer care department and you're working remotely. Like, you have to be on your phone 24/7, like making calls. That wraps it up for what remote jobs do. Flexibility, comfort of your working from the comfort of your home. You're not spending money for transport. You're not spending money on how you look. Like, if you're working in a company, you actually have to follow dress codes. You have to dress a certain way. But if you're at the comfort of your home, you're not doing any of that, So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, and it's a decent type of thing to do, especially when you're in Nigeria, But I feel like the cons are actually a lot too, because people tend to forget that remote jobs can be even more stressful than a 9 to 5. So for example, someone like me, I don't work 9 to 5. I do, I work remotely, but I don't have time. I honestly don't have time. Like, my work life has somehow spilled into my personal life to the point where I actually don't even have a me time. Why is that? Okay, so basically I do like, let's say 5 jobs. Right now, there was a time I was doing like 8, but I dropped some. So right now I work 5 jobs, and I wake every day by 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. I'm already on my phone. I'm already on my laptop. I am working from 6. I literally work till around the clock, till probably 11, 12, till I shut my eyes. There are days when my eyes are so red, so sore. I have headache. I'm crying. I've been trying to get like this glasses. I actually need that for to protect my eyes because of the amount of screen time I have. But I literally do not have any time in between the working hours. I'm probably like trying to sneak in some 30 minutes workouts or trying to eat food. I just even started doing workout like, I don't know, like 2 days ago. I'll be like 3 days ago. Before I dedicated, like May was the worst. I think May was one of my worst months ever. Oh no, I won't say May. I think February, March, April. But I know that May was terrible because I spent all my time for other people. I think maybe that's what everybody does, right? 9 to 5 as well. But if you're going for remote jobs because you think I will have all the time in the world, I'm going to sit down and watch TV, I'm not going to do anything, I'm going to be in my house licking ice cream, girl, you better think again. It's not that simple, it's really not that simple. You have to work, because if you don't work, you are going to lose your freaking job. No, seriously, you actually have to work. You're going to put in a lot of work. It's just like working for yourself. You know that if you don't work, you don't eat. So if you don't deliver, you're going to be discarded because they're going to get someone else who's going to replace you. So you have to always give in your best, put in your best. Also, if you're distracted easily when you're on your own, that's like you can't really work under without supervision, or you can't work without people like monitoring you or giving you like instructions. I don't think remote job is for you, because with remote jobs you literally have to be your own supervisor, your own director. You have to motivate yourself. You have to tell yourself, okay, I gotta pay the bills. In fact, your bills have to motivate you. I gotta pay the bills. I have to be productive. I need, like, apart from even paying the bills, I don't think I do things for bills alone. I do things because I want a career growth. So I do things because I want to experience growth in my career. I want to be like the best in what I do, or maybe not even the best, but really good at what I do. So when I'm telling you how much I charge, I'm not feeling sad or guilty or telling myself, okay, are you sure you can't even do this thing? So you have to always improve. Like, self-improvement is extremely important. If you don't like if you don't like stress, I don't think remote job is going to be for you, because honestly, in 9 to 5, you can just get by. You can do the barest minimum and still survive. You can do the barest minimum and you will still get paid. It's really not like that in remote jobs, because if you do the barest minimum, the employer is going to feel like, why am I paying her again? And you're probably going to lose the clients the next month. So you always have to be at the top of your game, and people will crowd you with different types of jobs. Sometimes you have to, in fact, one thing I did not know before was you have to learn how to say no. If you don't know how to say no, I'm going to give you a lot of jobs. Like, and I'm not even the kind of person that does have to say no, especially if I'm working with someone who I happen to like. I don't know how to say no. Like, you can tell me, go and buy me sweets. I'll go and buy you sweets. You can tell, like, doing things that are way out of my jobs. And that's like a Nigerian thing, because even when I was doing 9 to 5, it really was like that. But remote jobs, you have to learn boundaries. I literally don't have boundaries. A client can be calling you by 10 p.m. in the night. 10 p.m. in the night. And if you don't pick, you're in pepper soup, like big pepper soup. Some people don't even, like, nobody respects your time anymore. Like 7 8 p.m. is not like you're going home to rest. They will send you work, they will call you, because you should be available at every time. People think that because you're working remotely, you are available at every time of the day. So if you're someone who likes like timing, like scheduling your time, for example, if you know you're working 9 to 5, oh, I'm working 9 to 5. Once it's 5 p.m, I carry my bag and I leave. Then remote jobs might not work for you, because in as much as you might want to put that timing in place, because I started it at a point, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to start working by 7 a.m. and then by 6 p.m, done, off my data. I'm not doing anything. And someone will call me by 8 o'clock and be like, so I don't do this one, I don't go this one, so I'm having issues logging into my this and this. Please. This is me as a person. I always don't feel like I would say, okay, maybe I should ignore the call, but eventually I have to pick because it's work and it's business, and I end up like actually working, past my working hours that I have set for myself. So even if you set working hours for yourself, somebody can still come after your working hours and give you work. In fact, this is like an advice: set boundaries. I have to work on that. So let me tell you, if you want to go work remotely and you're looking for remote jobs, please set boundaries. Understand your work, your duties very, very well, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, yeah, another thing I really don't like about remote jobs is that you end up being confined to your house, your room, a lot longer. You know, if you're working 9 to 5, you're going to be out and about, you're going to meet people, you're going to interact. If you're working remotely, you're going to have less social interaction, you're going to be confined to your bedroom most of the time. And if you're trying to network, if you're trying to build like your social circle, I really don't think remote jobs are for you, you know, because I have been in Abuja for the longest of time, maybe not the longest, but a year is long, right? And I can tell you I have just maybe one friend because I don't go out except maybe church activities, and you go to church and you're coming out, like enter, zap out, you know. And again, remote jobs, sometimes you actually have to work Monday through Sundays. It's now left to you to give yourself boundaries. That, of course, depends on the type of remote job you are doing. Enough of remote jobs. I think in a nutshell, what I would say about remote jobs is that they are convenient, they are good, because of my own type of remote jobs. But at the same time, I do miss 9 to 5 sometimes, because with 9 to 5 you have like a more structured life. At the same time, you get to meet people, which is, if you don't think networking is important in this stage of your life, then I think you should think again, because I don't have, you know, I don't network as much as I should. You don't get to talk to people, meet people. All you're doing is basically working in your house. You literally don't have a life. So again, if those things are important to you, a remote job might not be the answer. You can work in a firm that gives you like the luxury to do maybe 2 days remote, 3 days 9 to 5. That works, you know. So if that is important to you, if you can't work under supervision, if you can't work without someone supervising you, if you can't work in an environment that is not structured, if you can't work 24/7, if you cannot deliver, a remote job might not be for you, honestly, because you know, it actually takes more. It takes more and more of your time. Now, 9 to 5, on the other hand, I would say one thing I don't really like about 9 to 5 is, again, I did 9 to 5 in Lagos, so the traffic beats me all the time. You're out of the house by 4 a.m., 5 a.m., sometimes 6. I don't know, it depends on where you live in Lagos and where your workplace is at. And then you're coming back 10, 11. That is crazy. So, but if you're in a more, like if you're doing 9 to 5 somewhere in here, like in Abuja, and the traffic is not as crazy, you're literally leaving your house by 8 a.m., coming back from work 6 p.m., you have the rest of the evening to yourself, I feel like it will be much, much more better, you know. A 9 to 5 takes your time if you're living in a state that is really, really populated and there's a lot of traffic. Okay, so I don't like that. Number two, like I said, I do a remote job and it allows me the luxury to have like other sources of income. For me, I create content for people, individuals, and since it's like my career, and presenting and stuff is like my career, it doesn't give me that time. Working for like a company that I'm doing 9 to 5, I most likely will not be creating content for people or brands, because they might want you to work during the week and you are at your 9 to 5. So of course that is a con for me. And another thing again I don't really like, maybe it's an Abuja thing, 9 to 5 here, they don't really pay well. 9 to 5 in Lagos, I feel pays better. Nothing is good in Nigeria, because my idea of a good paying job is 300, 400k, but in let's say Lagos might be able to pay you 100, 150, and we're talking island jobs, 200, 250. If you're in tech, the price goes higher depending on what you can actually offer. But here in Abuja, we're talking 50k. People are offering you 50k. People are offering you 60k. People are offering you 70k. And like 70k is like big money to them. And you're like, wait, what? 70,000 naira. I mean, it's almost laughable. But that is something I just don't understand. The pay system for 9 to 5 needs to be reevaluated a lot. And I'm not saying that remote jobs pay better. Please let me clarify that remote jobs don't pay better, but just because you're able to do more, you kind of balances it out. But again, that depends on the type of remote jobs you are doing. Okay, pro of like a 9 to 5 is that you are meeting people, you are networking, and networking brings about like business, because you can meet someone who offers you, okay, you can do this and do this on the side. So that networking, that human interaction is so important to me, and also to like some of you. So if that is important for you, I honestly feel like you should just go for your 9 to 5. You know, during the weekends you can do any other thing on the side. If you're someone that sells maybe bags or shoes, or you know, you just sell things, you can still do that while doing a 9 to 5, because you can, you know, literally sell your things online. You can sell things to your co-workers, and you know, that's even better, because if you're working remotely, you only rely on social media. And if you're a startup brand, it might take a while for you to, you know, pick up and actually start making sales online. But if you're working 9 to 5 and you're selling, let's say, yogurt, or you're selling, let's say, bags, your female co-workers can actually patronize you. So even when you don't get like online sales, you can actually get sales from your office and from people, maybe their friends as well. I feel like 9 to 5 and remote jobs, you just have to really think about what you want for yourself and be able to balance it out. Decide what matters to you most, what you are going for, where you want your career to be in the next couple of years, you know, to narrow down your choice to the kind of job you are looking for. Getting remote jobs in Nigeria is more difficult than anything, because some employers are not yet comfortable employing remote workers. But I mean, it's better than it was, let's say, 5 years ago. I just wanted to come in here and debunk that remote jobs are the best, that this, that that, that this. It is good, but there's so many other things to it. I probably will do a part 2 where I talk about remote jobs in depthly, and the kind of remote jobs you should go for, and how to get remote jobs. If you want to see that, leave it in the comments. I just wanted to tell you guys about like my thoughts on this, and I hope it was helpful in you choosing like the type of job you are going for. And don't be discouraged if you like a 9 to 5. Don't let anybody bully you into thinking like a remote job is better. No, sis, no. 9 to 5s are actually pretty good if you're able to get a good company. Know what works for you and go for it. Basically, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big thumbs up. Follow me on my socials. My handles are on the screen. And till I see you guys in my next video, don't forget to tell a friend, tell another friend, tell another friend, to tell somebody to do what? To subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.